Hi, and welcome back to Midnight Mischief with Mega Genesis. Today, we are in our Guilty Pleasures segment. I did record a previous video with this title. It was more of just a tester video. I was getting my equipment set up and kind of making sure everything was working and needed to record something to make sure that everything was working. So we can go ahead and disregard that one and count this as Guilty Pleasures Part 1. And with that being said, let's get right into it. The first game that is on my Guilty Pleasures playlist is going to be this one. It's called Bit Trip Presents Runner 2 Future Legend of Rhythm Alien. And as you can probably imagine by the title and the artwork, it is pretty bizarre. But I don't know, it's really fun. One of the things that I like most about it is just the silly storyline, and also the characters. They're just really interesting to look at. Some of them have some costumes that you're able to put on them just to make things more interesting. And lastly, I'm really a big fan of music and rhythm games. So the fact that this is a side-scrolling rhythm game where everything is to the music and to the beat, and it just makes it a really fun way to pass the time when you don't really feel like playing a game that requires you to think a lot. You know, this is a pretty laid-back game. It doesn't even have any lives in it, which I find interesting. So when you mess up in a level, it's not that you die or anything like that. You just kind of you get sent back to a specific spot. If you haven't hit the checkpoint, you'll get sent back to the beginning of the level. And if you have hit the checkpoint, then you'll get sent back to that checkpoint, which is typically about the halfway point. But let me shut up so you can hear the story.
When last we left Commander Video, his courageous contingent of charismatic compatriots was in hot pursuit of the fiendish Timbletot as they chased him into a realm above realms called the Hypersphere. It is at this moment, as if from nowhere, that a nefarious reality unfusion beam blindsides these 5 fearless friends. The always imperturbable Commander Video, shielding his elite assemblage of exceptional allies, takes the brunt of the blast and is sucked into an unknown dimension. A land of wondrous imagination, found only at the apex of light and matter. A wavelength of the optical spectrum opened by the maniacal Timbletot to trap and enslave our gallant protagonist. Confused and companionless, our hero ponders his current position. The only thing that remains clear to him now is that he has
so now that
prey
you've got a
to
little bit of
vulgar
that, let's
scheme
just
full
get
of
straight
villainy,
into it.
which he must vanquish.
Now, this game came out quite a few years ago, so I've actually played it a bunch of different times on multiple different devices. I started out on my PlayStation 4, then I got it on my laptop, and now I'm running it currently on my PS5. And because of the different devices used on my PS5, I actually don't have everything unlocked. But I do on my other devices. So unfortunately, on here, I'm not able to show you a lot of like the secrets and things, but I will give you some insight into some of the levels just so you can kind of see how it works.
The Welkin Wonderland. Realizing the gravity of the situation, Commander Video plummets back through the layers of a once-known reality and into the soft, bulbous bosom of a new one. Unsure of the outcome, but retaining optimism, our
Okay,
hero is
and
guided
it
to his
begins.
skyward perch, and thus begins his stay in the
So the
Welkin
controls are pretty simple. They
Wonderland.
give them to you on screen. And actually, in the beginning of the game, the first few levels will have you just focusing on one particular control. So like the very first level, this one, we're just working on jumping. But there are other actions that you can take, like dancing. And they do different dance moves. You can jump, you can fly, you can block things. There's double jumps with like the help of trampolines. So there's a few different things you can do, but for this particular level, all you have to do is jump and collect all the gold and the little plus signs. And then once you've finished the level, if you manage to collect everything you need to, you get sent to a cannon where you're allowed to shoot yourself at a target. And you get so many points depending on where you land. If you hit a bullseye, like this one, you get the most points. And you get to see the character's tushy. Or if you're one of the other characters, some of them, when they shoot themselves out of the cannon, they do different actions. So they might get stuck legs first and have their head popping out. There's one of them that like hits the target and then waves to you. So they just do silly different things depending on which character you are. And speaking of characters, we'll go through some of the ones that I have unlocked on here. So we have the standard hero, the default hero, Commander Video. Right now he's wearing a little bit of a costume. I haven't unlocked any of his other costumes, as you can see, but we've got the basic one and then this like purple outfit where he's got headphones on and looks like a little like Walkman or something like that, radio, maybe an MP3 player, and some purple shoes. Oh, and sweatpants. But the other characters, let's see. We've got Invisible Commander Hero, which he's actually pretty hard to use. He's not completely invisible during the game, but you will see a very, very, very faint outline of his shape. So during parts of the game, it can get kind of complicated because you don't see exactly where he is. You may hit some obstacles or something. We've got Quote from Cave Story, Rasputin from Psychonauts, Dr. Fetus from Super Meat Boy, Spelunky Guy from Spelunky, Joseph from Machinarium, and then we've got the other characters from the game that I haven't unlocked yet. This guy, as you can see, he looks like a burger man, so he's got a regular body and then a burger for a head. I believe one of his costumes is like a disco outfit. This guy is a fish with legs. This one's either like a jalapeno or a pickle or something. I forget exactly which one. I think he's a pickle. And then there's Command Girl Video, which is Commander Video's girlfriend. She's got the little bow. She's pink. She's got ballet slippers. She's got a couple cute outfits too. I think there's like a pirate themed one. There's one where she's a ballerina and has a tutu. There's like a little punk rock outfit with like some leather jacket and like studs and rhinestones and stuff. It's very odd. Very, very odd. But anyways, that's it for the heroes here. I'll bring you over to a different level. Maybe one a little bit more complicated. Yeah, we'll go towards the end. Okay. So as you can see, things get a little bit different. A little bit, oh, there's a kick. I forgot about the kick. Yeah, there's little other things you can do with the character. You can kick, you can block, you can go through that little loop-de-loop thing. And if you keep the spotlight on him while you're going through that loop-de-loop, then you get more points. And we finished, so let's dance to the cannon. Let's see if I can get another. Nice. Another bullseye. Now, there are some levels that have secrets in them. Because this is a new file on my PlayStation 5, or newer file, I really haven't gotten all of or any of the bonuses unlocked on here, but the bonus levels and things, they're more like retro. So they look, the graphics are really old school. They look very pixelated, and it's just, oh, don't mind my dog. It's just a similar side scroller situation, just looks a little different. But it's really fun to play. So that is basically Runner 2. There is another version that came before it. I don't remember exactly what it's called. I think it's just called like The Bit Trip or something like that. I didn't play it. And then there is the next game that we'll go to, that I'll show you, the sequel to this, or the third counterpart in the series, I suppose. And that is Runner 3.